Foster with the American Red Cross Dallas area chapter, and we're going to talk today about getting ready for spring storm season. Now, I know you think, oh, it's not going to happen to me, storms aren't going to touch down in my area, but you're wrong. Storms happen every day, doesn't matter where you live. So we want to give you some simple steps that will get you ready for a tornado, high wind, lightning, hail, you name it, we need to be prepared. So let's talk about 3 steps that you can take that will get you ready today. Step 1 is you need to make a plan. What does that mean when we talk about making a plan? What it means is knowing your family communication plan, step 1. That's being in touch with Great Aunt Mildred in another state and letting her know all of the people that are going to contact her in the event that you're impacted by a disaster or that your loved ones are impacted. What we encourage you to do with Make a Plan is to make a list of all of your contact members and your contact numbers for people in your family. Those are cell phone numbers, email addresses, Twitter accounts, whatever you have. Put it down on paper and send it to your out-of-state contact. That way, if we are separated locally because of a weather event, then everyone in your family knows to contact Aunt Mildred, and she can tell you that everyone else is okay. So step 1, make a plan. Step 2 is what we have before us, and that's build a kit. And this is real simple. You have these supplies already in your home. What we're going to encourage you to do, though, is put them all in one location and in one bag so that when the time comes, you can grab your disaster kit and you are ready for the emergency. Well, what do you need to have in your disaster supply kit? It's real simple. You need things like bottled water. You need things like food. That's pretty essential in most of our worlds. So when we talk about water, let's talk about how much we need. The standard rule of thumb is 1 gallon of water per person per day for 3 days. So just have that somewhere in your household, you know where it is, and if you have to go to your safe room, you can take it with you. Food supplies are critical, and the good thing about actually preparing in advance is that you can pack food you like. Because if not, we'll probably feed you a 2,400 calorie bar of some sort. So I would much rather eat a food that I like, maybe peanut butter. I try to pick the kind without salmonella, but it's a great product and it'll work for you. High in protein, delicious, has a long shelf life. Spam, always a choice favorite in times of disaster. So when you look for foods, look for things that are high in protein, that you can eat without power, and that you can open. If you don't have a can opener in your disaster kit, go ahead and put one in there because you're gonna need it. Some other items that are essential during times of disaster are first aid supplies. Do you know that most injuries in tornadoes are caused by glass and flying debris? So by having some first aid supplies on hand and having taken a first aid class from the Red Cross, you will be ready to respond to anyone in your family, a neighbor, a loved one that needs help. So go ahead and pack some first aid supplies and prescription medications, especially if you take something that's life-sustaining, maybe like a heart medicine or insulin. You want to know where those items are and keep a backup supply in your disaster kit. Things like ponchos and dry socks. Can't say enough about a pair of dry socks in a disaster. If you're in a flood situation and the fire department shows up and they're rushing you into a rowboat to get you out of the community, it just makes you feel better to have dry socks on. So pack some in your disaster kit, and a good idea is to actually put them in a plastic bag so they stay dry during the flood. Bring you a lot of comfort. You know, one thing that we tend to forget about in our disaster kits are our pets. I'm a pet owner and I love my pet. To me, they're just humans as well. So think about them. You want to put some pet supplies in, food. You want to make sure you have some extra water. If you have a large animal that you can't crate, a large dog, you want to make sure that you at least have a leash in your disaster kit. And we also recommend that you take a photograph of your pet and put it in your disaster supply kit as well. Now, in the event that you're evacuated and you have to go to a shelter following a storm, you want to have some important things with you. In a plastic bag, you want your contact list as well. These are, again, all those people that Aunt Mildred knows. You're going to have all those phone numbers, but you're also going to have your vet's phone number, you're going to have your doctor's phone numbers, and a list of your medications and what dosage you take. It's so surprising and just shocking when a disaster happens. Many times you're going to forget even your own phone number, much less be able to remember someone else's. So we encourage you to pack all of your numbers in one place, keep them in a safe Ziploc bag so you've got them with you. You can also include important documents. For example, you might throw in your marriage license, a copy of your driver's license, the deed to your house. Those sorts of important papers you can toss in as well. And if you do have to go to shelter, take something to keep yourself entertained. A deck of playing cards, if you have young children, maybe something like a coloring book and crayons will work just fine. But just think about that. It may be a few days before any essential services are restored. So take something along that just can bring you a little comfort, keep you occupied as you're going through a crisis. Then take all of your supplies and pack them in one disaster supply kit. Any of these items are simple to find. They're at any of your drugstores, at any of your stores that end in Mart. So wherever you are in the country, do your shopping. Disasters do happen, and they don't just happen to other people. In the Dallas area alone, 822 families suffered from a disaster in our local community last year. It can and it does happen. But if you don't want to go shopping, and this looks too overwhelming to you, that's okay, because we have another solution. We have a brand new product at the Red Cross called the Disaster Smart Pack. This is a $35 product that contains food and water and your poncho and a flashlight and other essential items that go right inside a really great red bag. So you can purchase this at redcross.org. If you're in the Dallas area, you can stop right by our Dallas chapter at 4800 Harry Hines Boulevard, and you can purchase one right here from us. We also have a lot more information about disaster planning. You can go to redcrossdallas.org and click on the section to be Red Cross ready. That's going to teach you everything that you need to know about making a plan, building a kit, and being informed. Until next time, I'm Anita Foster with the American Red Cross in Dallas, Texas.